It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say.
KBL, you a menace.
Yeah. It's a lot of little boys out here talking that talk, but ain't spinning and walking that walk. 5 bills to get you whacked, 50 shots up in this Mac, face shots to make the news, we just step when they relax, group chats to get you tapped, forehead up in my lap, when they pump we run it back, tell my youngin' cut no slack, 5 bills to get you whacked.
Has learned that her body had been frozen, and when it was found, it was still partially frozen in the back of David's car, and it was in such bad condition that we are told the medical examiner may never be able to establish the cause of death. So here's what we know. When the body was found, it was in terrible condition. It had been decapitated, the torso was intact, the limbs had been removed and they were cut up severely. The body was partially frozen in the trunk, and this is really important because remember, the body had been sitting there for days before it was finally impounded and then the body discovered. And it was still, the body parts were still partially frozen. So we are told that when the body first went to the medical examiner's office in early September, it was listed as an apparent homicide, but that was just from what seemed obvious, that the body was cut up into pieces. The medical examiner is having a really tough time right now trying to figure out what the cause of death was. We are told it is likely the cause of death will go undetermined because of the condition of the body and the fact that it was frozen and the fact that it was cut up the way it was. So we have told you that we know David is a suspect, and even if it is undetermined, the LAPD can still move forward, as could the LA County District Attorney. The LAPD is viewing this as a homicide. David is a suspect. We know this.
What's the good old big deal with the good old people, man? It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe because it don't cost you nothing. Press that button, and if you ring that notification bell, I'm gonna bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy Young and Hefe, and I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. The recipient of Hot Topics is Dave. Y'all see exactly what's going on. So this murder investigation been going on for about the past 2, maybe 3 months or more, but it's hit social media, widely spread for about 2-3 months. Different content creators been spinning their narratives and are going along with what's being placed out there. Now through this whole situation, what could nobody understand was how Dave was not a suspect. Not that you wanted him to be a suspect, but being that this girl who was said to be younger and underage found in this dude's car, found in his Tesla, chopped up, and they said that the body also was still frozen to where the point they can't determine what the death was. Whole time world watching, it seemed like Dave was holding poise. Then at other times it seemed like he was cracking and would cave and give in. But I'm pretty sure with legal representation, they told him to hold steadfast, man. Nothing on you, you not even being named a suspect, just chill. However, things are starting to take a turn now, you know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, we about to find out and get into this content. Dave is now a suspect, and they're like trying to match things from cell phones to the Tesla, you know what I'm saying? Anything like electronic, anything that's, you know what I'm saying, holds data, record, they're pinging all these things, and you know, they're trying to figure out what's going on. And like I said, for the longest, not that I want to see the dude going down, But it was just like what was going on to where people was against him, then people was coming out apologizing, and people was saying he got framed. At this point, we don't know what it is, but it seemed like whoever's investigating, they narrowing down, and they trying to get their man in or about to get their man in. It's being said that there was definitely a second suspect involved with this situation. But I don't want to hold you guys any longer. We about to get into this content, and y'all already know, man, it's the halfway and the half effect. We gonna commentate.
That there is another suspect other than David who the LAPD has its sights set on with respect to what happened to Celeste before, during, and after her death, correct?
Correct.
Welcome to the Two Angry Men podcast. Mark, the singer David is in big trouble. We now know, and I can give you this 100%, although the medical examiner has not yet determined cause of death, nor has the toxicology report been given over to the LAPD robbery homicide unit is viewing the death of Celeste Rivas as a homicide, and David is a suspect, and he is a...
David is not the only suspect.
And David is not the only suspect. But what I am told is that at least one other suspect, it's not necessarily in connection to the murder, it's in connection to dismembering the body. And I think this all has to do with a mysterious trip to Santa Barbara in the middle of the night last spring. And I got details. What do you got?
Not only that, but you know how we've almost got whiplash on this story from, I think you were the one who had said that all of your sources had dried up like very, very early on this. And you were actually quite surprised.
Not anymore.
And the reason for that, by the way, my surmise, wild speculation, they not only got the records that support what you were saying is 100%, that he took a trip to Santa Barbara County, but they now also, and you may have reported this, I'm not in the weeds on the TMZ feed, but they've got his social media and have tied up social media with some of the trips, and they've got cell phone records that they have poured over, and they have triangulated this to the point where it's eerie. I saw this 10 years ago on another murder case that I had, but when it was in the infancy stages, they've got a chart at LAPD that you would not believe. They've got this thing down to a timeline that's almost by the minutes triangulated to the location, if you can believe that. And it's not just one source. When I say triangulated, it's media, social media, cell phone, Tesla, other, and all I'll say is other kind of GPS tracking devices, if you will. And it's really, I used to joke, or my father used to joke, LAPD is lost and presumed destroyed. They actually have elevated their game, and this is quite a feat of investigation so far.
That's fascinating. So let me tell you what we know, because it aligns with what you just said, that in the spring, David took a trip to a very remote area of Santa Barbara County in the middle of the night and spent several hours there. We have also been told, yes, there is another suspect, but the suspect is somebody they believe helped him dismember the body, because what we were told by multiple sources is they believe that more than one person dismembered the body. Now, I don't think they can conclude that just by looking at it. I mean, look, Jeffrey Dahmer dismembered a body completely, and he did it alone. So there's some reason they're saying he had help.
So, y'all heard everything that was said right there. And like what I'm thinking for real, right? This whole time, Dave had been a suspect. But being that he's a multi-millionaire and he was on tour at the time when this stuff came out, and they really didn't have the cause of the death, they really didn't want to come out and alert him and say he was the cause of the death. But I'm pretty sure the whole time they had people watching him. Pretty sure they had people watching him, listening in, trying to figure something out. And here we go now. So you got Harvey Levin from TMZ and another older gentleman. They saying at some point in time, right before the unaliving of her, that Dave took a trip out to a remote area in Santa Barbara and was there for how many hours, 5 to several hours, then came back. I guess what they're trying to say around that time is the last time Celeste was seen. And it's basically they insinuating and saying that that may have where the dismembering and everything had happened happened. But right now, like I said, we still don't know what's concrete or what's just hearsay. Definitely on the social media. But for these big outlet social media groups, the Harvey Levins, the TMZ, to break this, man, I mean, news is breaking bad, man. And then on top of that, they adding somebody else. They saying that if this is allegedly Dave, he might have had help dismembering the body, but the body had been dismembered and frozen for so long that they don't even know the cause of death. And that's what I'm saying. So something new in this case had to take a change or happen, because if you don't know the cause of death, they were saying in the beginning that that's why you can't charge him. That's why Dave ain't been charged, because you don't know the cause of death, and you know he wasn't around for that time. But it's just that, you know, a lot of stuff is self-explanatory, man. You ain't got to sit here and be no PI, private investigator, try to play the police. A lot of things are common sense. People lay common sense for you to understand daily. It's up to you to take heed. And sometimes you have to read in between the lines, and sometimes it's going to be along the lines. But with that being said, y'all know we on the lookout to see what's going to unfold. I don't think that Dave been taken into custody or anything like that. I think he still might be free. But I know the pressure is on him now, and he's trying to figure out what, because they talking about cell phone data, with Tesla data, with this data. Man, look, it's a cold game, man. Apple ain't playing, Tesla ain't playing. None of these people ain't playing. So it's like when you trying to do crime, man, you gotta like leave all these electronics and all this other type of stuff behind, man. But this is the day and age where we like recording stuff and doing all stuff that you got no business doing, you know what I'm saying? And these are the type of things that have you under somebody's jail or have you caught up, and you be looking up, whoops upside your head, talking about somebody snitched on you or how they found this out because you told on yourself and they've been watching you. But with that being said there, man, we gonna conclude this there, man. It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, it'll bring you mail.
Keeping it real and showing love, absolutely free. Still some of the hardest shit for a lot of you bitch ass niggas to do. So if you ain't a bitch ass nigga, let me see you keep it real and show me some love and share this post right here, cake ass nigga.